Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You asked and I'm delivering. Here is my most recent update with my Trichology treatment plan. I actually filmed this video a couple weeks ago, about 5 or 6 weeks ago, so yeah, it's been a while, but honestly it's just been so busy. In this video, we're obviously going to cover my scalp health, so whether it's improved, worsened, or just stayed the same since being on the Sierra Labs Purple Line. And we'll also cover all of those different assessments we did in the first treatment with like pH, oil, all of that. Now, if you're new to my channel, you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll link in this video my Trichology series. Basically, it's the treatment that I'm currently following for my hair loss, and I've been following the treatment plan for about 4 or 5 months now. So without any further delay, let's get to it.
So today is Lila's follow-up. Hello. So we put her initially on a scalp protocol at home. When Lila had her first tricho test, her first analysis, we were trying to determine if we could move directly into a hair loss prevention protocol with her. And Lila, like many of the women that I see, had to start off with something to treat her scalp first. If the scalp is compromised, if we have a scalp issue, we need to correct it first. We need to balance that hydrolipidic film so that we can come back in now with ingredients and solutions that are going to stimulate hair growth. So we're going to go through some of the first steps, same first steps that we went through in the initial consultation, but now we'll have values that hopefully are much better that we can compare against the initial consultation and see whether or not we can move Lila into hair loss prevention. So I'll ask you to take down your hair again. So with 5 weeks, we see a difference for sure. A lot of people can move into hair loss prevention after the 5 weeks. Some do have to continue with the scalp protocol for a couple more months before we can move them into hair loss prevention. That's not unusual, but it's worth it because we want to take things step by step and we want to do them correctly. So the first thing we check is, of course, even though we weren't treating hair loss, but just for that genetic predisposition, so the hair's a little bit finer at the crown and the top. Probably about the same where we were before.
As long as it didn't get worse. That's all that matters.
Well, a lot of the time, you feel the difference very quickly, right? In the scalp, in the hair, reduction in scaling, reduction in itchiness and irritation. The weather's cooled down a bit too. We've had a lot of people come back in, especially this time of year as it gets humid and they're exercising and out more and sweating more and producing a little bit more oil. Scalp's a bit tense. And I don't see any redness. But I don't think that was a problem initially.
I think the redness only showed up when you did the
camera.
The camera, yeah. I don't know if we were able to see it. Just look up.
I don't see any flaking. I don't see any scaling. Any itchiness, irritation?
Still a little bit tender like before, but it's much less tender than.
And the tenderness was primarily on the crown?
Only on the crown, yeah.
Okay.
So I would say it's much better overall.
Okay. So we'll do our levels again. So we'll check for sebum, hydration, and pH. And you can see the difference now. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on camera, but when you do your follow-ups, your measurements are shown right on the screen. So you will see what your levels were at the last analysis, what they were at the first analysis, and everything is really clear. So there's nothing to hide or obscure here. It's all just numbers. So I'm going to come around to this side actually. I'll check again for oil, hydration, and pH. Levels are still balanced, a bit better. So a few points up. And your oil levels initially when you came in, even though people that have hair loss issues are always predisposed to producing a little bit more oil, when you're dealing with a scalp issue where there's a buildup of type of dandruff or scaling, this machine does not read the fluid oil as much, right? So the oil levels technically have gone up a little bit, which is good. Right. Still within a balanced range, but good.
Okay.
So, hydration. Okay, so actually, hydration has gone up as well. So that's interesting. You're at about 57, now you've gone up to 64. So the skin around the scalp is definitely healthier as well, which is great news. Just gonna check the pH. Your pH has gone down quite a bit, which is fantastic. Your scalp was extremely alkaline at 6.55. Now it's 5.53, which tells me that some of the issues that were going on with your scalp have resolved themselves. You're producing that fluid oil is now kind of come up and through. The scaling has opened up, and your hydrolipidic film has achieved a better balance. Because if we look across the board, balanced.
Nice. Okay.
Very nice.
Yay.
Okay, hair check we don't do today because we are not putting you, we haven't done a hair loss protocol for 90 days.
Yeah.
We only do the hair check with when we're on a hair loss protocol.
Okay.
We will do, the panoramic, actually, I won't do that either because, again, that's just when we're doing hair loss. So every 90 days we do the panoramic. I will do the micro camera because I do want to see what your scalp looks like close up. So already I'm really happy because what I'm seeing is a nice, clear, sort of reflective surface. I can see the hair follicle growing right through the skin, beautiful. And I'm looking for a nice oval opening around follicle funnel, which right there I can see, which is beautiful. Oh, that's great.
That's pretty
so nice and open. Oh, no, it looks amazing. Do you see how the hair is growing out of, you always almost see this, I want to see an oval opening and I want it to be nice and clear.
Yes.
Because that tells me that it's not congested with stuff.
Got it.
Yeah, we have one little guy there that needs to be massaged out a bit. But overall, this scalp looks phenomenal so far.
Definitely feels better. This was the part that was really red.
Yeah. So the line that you were on had antibacterial properties because what we wanted to do is actually kill off some of, I want to say, the yeast that was responsible for the type of scaling that you were experiencing, but also the line has rhododendron, which is wonderful for hydrating. So you see there's still those little red dots that exist. Less here. Oxidized sebum. So they are like a blackhead, I would say.
Okay.
But even there I see two, in the bottom, but almost like one here. No biggie. I think I said to you initially, I didn't see many.
No, you didn't see many last time.
And then I said, what's going to happen is as we remove the scaling and the oil comes out, we might start seeing the red dots because they were buried underneath.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's all part of that drying out, detoxifying process. So we are going to compare our photos from that initial analysis to today. So let's look at the first one. So this was June 4th. And you can see immediately the scalp is extremely irritated. There's excess scaling. This is not a happy scalp. If we look at today, actually let's compare a similar area, even though it looks a little bit finer. But if we look at today, the scalp is a completely different scalp, basically.
Completely different.
So as soon as I looked at Lila's scalp, I got excited because I love the scalp protocol from Sierra Lab. It is so effective and works really well and quickly, and at reducing inflammation, at removing the scaling, and also hydrating the scalp. So you can see here the scalp has this beautiful reflective surface. The follicle funnels are nice and open. They're not congested with this excess oil that's built up, and obviously the redness has pretty much gone away. And even when we look at this other photo, because I took one about the follicle a little bit closer up, where we saw oil building up and sort of crawling up the hair shaft, that pretty much doesn't exist anywhere on your scalp anymore. That took less than 6 months.
Yeah.
So, you know, for somebody who's very concerned about their scalp and has a history of an ailment, I would continue for another 1 to 2 months of just treating the scalp. But I'm also very aware that, you know, we want to strengthen your hair. So there is, the wonderful thing is with Sierra Lab, I can combine the pre-steps, the first steps to focus on your scalp, but the treatment, the last step of what your treatment is, home treatment is, to stimulate growth and strengthen hair. So that's where I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do is print out actually this before and after and put it in Lila's file. What I'm looking for here again is a nice sort of pinkish tone. I want to see her capillaries. I want to see not redness, but also not this white sort of surface where every follicle, and if I was to zoom that in,
it's all clogged or oil filled
I wonder if I can, maybe not from this proximity, but you can see that around each follicle there's buildup. There's a lot of buildup, and these are nice and clear and open and ready to receive the next step, which is all of the great B vitamins and amino acids and DHT inhibitors that are in the next line that we move you into. Oxidized sebum wasn't a major issue for us because we had a lot of this white scaling that was covering any fluid oil that was coming out. But if we look at the after, even now you can see a difference. So in the spots that we do have oxidized sebum, there's a little bit of redness, but we don't have this whitish, yellowish, some people call it greenish scaling that's building up everywhere. Right. All the hair is nice and happy, and the ones that are a little bit finer can now grow in an environment that is not compromised. Right. So even with the blue light, we see an improvement. So great work!
Yay!
I'm happy.
My scalp's pretty happy. I'm not gonna lie.
Happy scalp, happy trichologist. Okay, so the program today gave us a result, and it told us, yes, the levels are improved, her scalp is improved, we can move into the hair loss prevention protocol, which in my clinic consists of topical treatments, nutraceuticals, analyzing blood work, and as well as doing treatments in clinic and laser therapy. So we are going to create a custom program for Lila, and we're going to track her progress as she goes forward with the program. So
sounds good.
Lots of exciting things to come. So we just finished Lila's analysis, her follow-up, and I am so thrilled.
Me too.
Her scalp looks phenomenal. It is a trichology dream.
Yay!
And, you know, we saw a big improvement from a very red, scaly scenario, lots of inflammation, lots of buildup, lots of hardened sebum, to a scalp that is nice and happy and comfortable, and a hydrolipidic film that's a lot more balanced. So I, based on the results, I'm really comfortable to move Lila into our hair loss protocol. And the hair loss protocol consists of the same steps as she was using for her scalp protocol, but the ingredients are completely different, because now we're focusing on strengthening hair, on growing hair, on nourishing it, and giving it all the tools to be healthy and strong. So there's 3 steps in this protocol, just like with the purple products, where there's a pre-shampoo that is applied when the hair is dry, a shampoo that is used to wash out the product. It's super concentrated and feels great and leaves the hair nice and clean. Both the pre-shampoo and shampoo already have the active ingredients in them that prepare the scalp for the last step. So already you're putting in those amino acids and those B vitamins and getting the hair and scalp ready to strengthen the hair and grow. The last step is a strong action vial that looks like this. So just like your vials for the purple shampoo, and I believe we gave you a pipette the first time as well, right? And what we like to do is for women with longer hair, the application is quite simple with that, but sometimes if we use a pipette, we can get right into the scalp a little bit better. But these vials are really the magic ingredient when it comes to these 3 steps, because the vials are a combination of essential oils, which are commonly used in preventing hair loss. So if you were to go to a dermocosmetic place or a salon, they promote these hair loss products that are mostly based on those types of ingredients, but they also consist of pharmacological molecules that are going to penetrate deep within the epidermis and target the hair loss at its root, unintended. So there's DHT inhibitors in here, which are very important for all men and women with a genetic predisposition to hair loss. There's these B vitamins, amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins, and hair is mostly protein, so very important for that too. And this vial now is applied on the scalp after coming out of the shower onto damp hair. So when the pores are still nice and open and ready to receive the ingredients. It's not greasy, it's not oily, it absorbs right into the scalp, and then you can go ahead and blow dry your hair. So these 3 steps are done twice a week.
Okay.
On your alternate days, you're washing with a pH balanced mild shampoo. And one, I would say, tip for anybody that is looking for a quick fix or solution to hair loss, there is no all-in-one shampoo to treat your hair loss. It just doesn't exist. If you want to take your specific type of hair or scalp issue seriously, it usually is a combination of a few different products, and those products are going to be different for everyone. In the same way that if you went to see a medical esthetician, I can guarantee you he or she does not have a serum that is going to fix all problems for everybody. Right. It is usually a combination of different serums or creams and probably treatments as well. So treating scalp health, treating hair loss is very much the same. So these are the topicals that I recommend for Lila. And then we're also going to discuss in-clinic treatments with her. And we're also going to discuss internals as well, because a big part of treating hair loss is also figuring out if there's any deficiencies or if anything is imbalanced within the body, because we do want to correct that to the best of our ability before getting any results from these topicals as well. So in addition to the topicals, in order for Lila to achieve long-lasting results with her hair, I mentioned that we look at deficiencies, and of course that's important to treat. But in addition to treating the specific deficiency, I almost always recommend cyclical vitamin therapy through a supplement program that we recommend exclusively here called Hair Fact. So Hair Fact is a combination of all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs, plus additional ingredients that are specific to hair. And what's amazing about Hair Fact is, compared to other supplements on the market that target hair loss just by focusing usually on B vitamins, I'm going to say. There's a few other things in there as well, biotin and whatnot. Yeah. But I find that this is the first supplementing solution that has come out that is whole. Okay. It's not just giving you those B vitamins, because we know hair, being this non-essential tissue, is not just dependent on certain specific ingredients just for hair growth. It needs a little bit of everything. So this is an all-in-one solution for health, but also for hair. And one box is a 4-month supply, okay? The last thing that I'm going to recommend that Lila do at home, in addition to treatments here with us, is the Havagen 5 patch. Also a wonderful product from Sierra Lab. This is a very unique product in our industry, and I am so excited that we have it here. So what this is a hair loss patch that is worn on the nape of the neck for 12 hours a day, every day. So it seems like a lot, but what I recommend actually to most people is put it on a few hours before you go to bed. And that's what I do myself. I put it on a few hours before I go to bed. I sleep with it on. I wake up in the morning, I take it off. Okay. So basically, I'm growing hair while I sleep. I like to tell people.
The dream.
Who doesn't want to multitask, right? Who doesn't want to do things in their sleep? This is essentially doing that. You are growing hair while you're sleeping. And I mean, I don't want to say that obviously there's nothing in this world that will grow your hair like a chia pet, but this gives your hair the nourishment, the DHT inhibiting properties, and the vitamins and the minerals that it needs while you're sleeping. Also a fantastic solution for a woman that's wearing hair permanently. So I don't know if any of your viewers are wearing hair and they're bonded. And if you know what I mean by bonded, your hair is on for 4 to 6 weeks.
Definitely.
It's difficult to treat your hair, growing hair underneath. You cannot get really under there and apply these amazing vials. You can take your supplements and you can wear your patch and wash your hair around where you're wearing your piece. And this is already you're going to see a significant difference in the reduction of oil and the strengthening of the hair. So with this, we've covered our topicals, our internals, and then we have growing hair while you sleep. So we've covered pretty much all of our angles. That's what I recommend for Lila, and I think that we've had tremendous success with this approach, and I think we're going to have good success with you as well. Yeah.
Once I start the next phase in the treatment plan, which is the green line that promotes hair growth, I'll definitely give you guys an update. But for now, all you need to know is my scalp is 100% improved, as you saw in the footage from the actual analysis from like the pH levels and oil, as well as from the pictures. But I can also personally attest that my scalp feels so much better. Other than when I wear my hair in a high ponytail or use a topper, whenever I do that, my scalp is not happy with me. But other than that, my scalp actually feels really good, which is a very new sensation. I do want to quickly say though that I'm not trying to convince you guys to consider a trichology treatment or consider using Sierra Labs. Really, I just want you guys to know that these two options exist. Every video I do for you when it comes to hair loss, hair care, hair styling, it's to let you know that all of these options exist. Do your research, figure out what's best for you. I'm still figuring out what's wrong with my hair loss and what's causing it, and ultimately knowing what's out there, knowing that there are solutions, knowing that there are people that are invested in this and wanting to help you, I think that's the most important thing. So like me, do your research, but for now, I'm just going to continue with the purple line, keeping my scalp healthy, and once I do start the green line, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I certainly hope you've already clicked that subscribe button so that you can join me on this journey. Also, feel free to connect with me anytime on Instagram at Lila K, whether you want to drop me a comment, ask me a question, or if you have a video request. I say this time and again, Instagram's become such a great way to connect with you guys on a more personal level, so please do feel free to give me a shout. Until next time, see ya.